Top 20 Court Clerk Interview Questions and Answers. Prepare effectively for your court clerk interview with these top 20 questions and detailed answers. Gain insights into legal procedures, document handling, and court operations to showcase your qualifications confidently. 1. Can you describe your previous experience working in a legal or court setting? In my previous role as a legal assistant at a district court, I managed legal documentation, maintained court records, and supported clerical functions during hearings. I became proficient in case filing systems, docket preparation, and communication with attorneys, judges, and the public. I regularly scheduled hearings, issued summons, and ensured timely processing of legal documents. I also handled incoming and outgoing correspondence, monitored case statuses, and performed data entry tasks using court management systems. This experience has equipped me with a solid understanding of legal workflows, confidentiality protocols, and courtroom decorum, making me well prepared for a role as a court clerk. 2. What motivated you to pursue a career as a court clerk? I've always been interested in the legal system and how it serves justice through structured procedures. While working as a legal secretary, I realized my strengths in organization, attention to detail, and communication aligned well with the responsibilities of a court clerk. I enjoy maintaining order, supporting judicial operations, and ensuring that case files and records are accurately maintained. The role of a court clerk appeals to my desire to contribute to the legal process behind the scenes while upholding integrity and efficiency. I see it as a stable and meaningful career that allows me to make a tangible difference in the justice system. 3. How familiar are you with court procedures, legal terminology, and filing systems? I'm highly familiar with court procedures, having processed summonses, subpoenas, and motions, and assisted in preparing court calendars. My previous role required extensive knowledge of legal terminology, including terms related to civil, criminal, and family law. I use this knowledge to accurately classify and process case documents. I also maintained records using both physical and digital filing systems such as Odyssey and CMS. I understand the importance of following precise filing protocols and chronological documentation to ensure court files remain organized and accessible. My familiarity ensures I can handle case-related tasks quickly, efficiently, and in compliance with court rules. 4. What types of legal documents have you handled in previous roles? In my previous roles, I regularly processed and handled a variety of legal documents including subpoenas, motions, warrants, court orders, pleadings, affidavits, and notices of hearing. I was responsible for reviewing these documents for completeness and accuracy before submitting them to judges or attorneys. I also entered relevant case details into the court database and ensured that hard copies were filed correctly. My experience also includes handling confidential records such as divorce decrees, juvenile cases, and sentencing reports. Being thorough with document handling ensured compliance with legal standards and helped support the efficiency of the court's operations. 5. How do you ensure accuracy when processing court documents and records? To ensure accuracy, I follow a detailed checklist when reviewing court documents. I verify dates, names, case numbers, and ensure that required signatures and notarizations are present. I cross-reference entries with case files and double-check data before submitting documents for further processing. Additionally, I maintain consistency in data entry by following standardized formats and utilizing court management software tools that flag inconsistencies. I also allocate time each day to audit a portion of the records to catch any overlooked errors. My focus on accuracy stems from understanding that any mistake can delay proceedings or cause legal complications. 6. What software or case management systems have you used, e.g., PACER, Odyssey, CMS? I have worked extensively with several case management systems, including Odyssey, CMS, and PACER. In Odyssey, I entered case data, tracked court schedules, and updated case statuses in real time. CMS helped me manage court calendars, generate reports, and archive records systematically. I use PACER to retrieve federal court documents and research case histories. These platforms help streamline daily operations and ensure compliance with court procedures. I am also familiar with document scanning and indexing systems used for electronic filing. My ability to navigate these systems efficiently has allowed me to support timely and accurate case processing within a high-volume legal environment. 7. How do you prioritize tasks when managing multiple court cases and deadlines? I prioritize tasks by first assessing urgency, deadlines, and the impact each task has on court proceedings. I maintain a daily task list and use color-coded digital calendars to track hearings, filing deadlines, and required submissions. I focus on time-sensitive responsibilities first, such as preparing court dockets or issuing summons, while setting aside designated time for routine duties like filing or archiving. I remain flexible to accommodate sudden changes or urgent requests from judges or attorneys. Communication with colleagues also helps delegate non-critical tasks when necessary. This systematic approach ensures all court cases move forward efficiently and without procedural delays. 8. Can you explain the process of filing, retrieving, and archiving court records? Filing court record begins with reviewing documents for accuracy and ensuring they include necessary signatures and case numbers. Once verified, I enter the document into the court's case management system and assign it to the appropriate case file. For retrieval, I search by docket number, party name, or filing date within the system and pull either the physical file or digital record as needed. Archiving occurs after case closure, where documents are labeled, indexed, and stored in compliance with retention schedules. I ensure confidentiality and secure handling throughout each stage, preserving legal integrity and accessibility for future court or public inquiries. 9. How do you handle confidential or sensitive legal information? Handling confidential legal information requires strict adherence to privacy protocols. I only access sensitive records on a need-to-know basis and never disclose case details to unauthorized individuals. I ensure physical records are stored in locked cabinets and digital files are protected with password-secured systems. When discussing cases, I maintain discretion, even in informal settings. I also follow all court policies regarding data protection, including the handling of juvenile cases, sealed records, and personal information. Regular training on confidentiality and security procedures has further strengthened my commitment to protecting sensitive information, ensuring public trust in the legal process and court operations. 10. Have you ever assisted in preparing court dockets or scheduling hearings? If so, how? Yes, I have regularly assisted in preparing court dockets and scheduling hearings. My responsibilities included reviewing case file to determine readiness, coordinating with attorneys and court staff to confirm availability, and entering scheduled dates into the case management system. I prioritized urgent matters such as arraignments or protection orders, while balancing regular caseloads. Once finalized, I distributed docket sheets to relevant parties and ensured the judges' chambers had updated copies. I double-checked entries to prevent scheduling conflicts and made real-time adjustments when cancellations or reschedules occurred. This role demanded attention to detail and the ability to work under time constraints. 11. Describe a time when you had to deal with an upset or difficult individual, e.g., attorney, defendant, or member of the public. How did you handle it? Once, a defendant became frustrated at the front desk because his court date had changed and he hadn't received proper notice. He raised his voice and became visibly upset. I remained calm, listened attentively, and empathized with his frustration without interrupting. I then checked the system, confirmed the rescheduled date, and printed a new notice. I also explained how and why such changes can occur. By maintaining professionalism and clear communication, I de-escalated the situation. The individual left more composed and appreciative of the assistance. My approach focuses on empathy, clarity, and de-escalation to maintain order and trust in the court system. 12. How would you handle a situation where you notice an error in a legal document just before a court proceeding? If I discovered an error in a legal document before a court proceeding, I would immediately notify the appropriate party, typically the judge's assistant or the attorney who filed the document. I would provide a clear explanation of the error and suggest potential corrections, if within my role. Depending on the urgency and severity of the mistake, I would work swiftly to revise and reprint the document or request a corrected version. Throughout, I would document the issue and ensure all updates are filed properly. Addressing errors proactively helps maintain the court's credibility and ensures proceedings continue without legal or procedural complications. 13. A judge or attorney requests a file urgently, but it's misplaced. What steps would you take? If a file is urgently needed but misplaced, I would immediately search our physical and digital filing systems using all possible identifiers, case number, party names, and filing dates. I would check recent activity logs, the judge's chambers, shared desks, or scanning queues to track its movement. If not found promptly, I'd notify the requesting party, explain the situation, and offer any available digital copies while continuing the search. Simultaneously, I'd alert a supervisor if the matter is critical. After resolution, I'd review how the misplacement occurred and implement preventative measures, such as improved tracking or clearer checkout protocols, to avoid recurrence. 14. How do you stay organized when managing a high volume of paperwork and requests? I stay organized by maintaining a structured workflow, using task lists, color-coded folders, and digital calendars. I prioritize urgent tasks daily and allocate specific times for routine duties like filing, archiving, or data entry. I rely heavily on case management systems that categorize and track court documents efficiently. I label everything clearly and use consistent naming conventions to avoid confusion. For large volumes, I process documents in batches and double-check them for accuracy before submission. I also keep my workstation clean and documents in designated zones to streamline handling. Organization helps me meet deadlines and ensures smooth court operations without delays. 15. Have you ever encountered an ethical dilemma at work? How did you resolve it? Yes, I once noticed a co-worker discussing case details with someone outside the court, breaching confidentiality rules. I felt obligated to act but wanted to address the issue respectfully. First, I reviewed the court's confidentiality policies to be sure of the violation. Then, I discreetly spoke to the co-worker, reminding them of the rules and the importance of safeguarding sensitive information. When the behavior persisted, I reported the matter to my supervisor. It was handled professionally, and additional confidentiality training was provided to the team. Upholding ethics in court settings is critical to maintaining public trust and legal integrity. 16. What steps do you take to ensure compliance with court rules and regulations? To ensure compliance, I thoroughly familiarize myself with court policies, procedural manuals, and local judicial rules. I routinely attend training sessions and stay updated on changes through memos and official notices. When processing documents, I follow detailed checklists to verify formats, filing deadlines, and required attachments. I also cross-check my work using court software and consult with supervisors when unclear on specific requirements. During court sessions, I follow strict protocols for handling evidence, maintaining decorum, and documenting proceedings. Consistent adherence to procedures and proactive learning help prevent errors and ensure that court operations are legally sound and procedurally compliant. 17. Are you familiar with the differences between civil, criminal, and family court procedures? Yes, I am familiar with the distinctions between these court types. Civil courts handle disputes between individuals or entities over rights and obligations, such as contract disputes or personal injury claims. Criminal courts address violations of criminal law, involving the state prosecuting individuals for offenses like theft or assault, and follow strict evidentiary and procedural rules. Family courts manage domestic matters such as divorce, child custody, and protection orders, often requiring sensitivity and confidentiality. Each type has its own filing requirements, case timelines, and documentation procedures. Understanding these differences enables me to handle documents appropriately and assist in court operations effectively. 18. How do you stay updated on changes in court policies or legal requirements? I stay updated by regularly reviewing official court bulletins, memos, and updates issued by judicial administration. I subscribe to legal newsletters and utilize internal training sessions, workshops, and continuing education courses. I also maintain communication with judges, attorneys, and senior clerks to stay informed about changes in procedures, software updates, and new legislation. When new rules are introduced, I review related documentation and adjust my processes accordingly. I keep a reference binder of updated guidelines for quick access. Staying current ensures my work complies with evolving standards and supports the efficient, accurate operation of court activities and legal documentation. 19. How do you assist members of the public who may not understand legal processes? When helping the public, I use plain language to explain court procedures, forms, and deadlines, avoiding legal jargon. I guide them through available resources, such as self-help kiosks or printed instructions, and clarify filing steps without offering legal advice. I remain patient, respectful, and attentive, especially when dealing with individuals who are nervous, overwhelmed, or upset. I also provide information on where to seek legal counsel or public assistance programs. Ensuring the public understands court procedures promotes accessibility and trust in the legal system. My goal is to make the court experience less intimidating and more transparent for every visitor. 20. How do you collaborate with judges, attorneys, and other court staff to ensure smooth operations? Collaboration is essential in court operations. I maintain open, respectful communication with judges, attorneys, and staff by promptly sharing case updates, schedule changes, and document issues. I attend pre-trial meetings or daily briefings when needed to align on case priorities. I coordinate with the judges' chambers for docket management and ensure attorneys have timely access to required documents. With fellow clerks, I divide tasks based on urgency and availability, promoting efficiency. I also maintain professionalism during court sessions by recording proceedings accurately and responding quickly to requests. Strong teamwork ensures the court runs efficiently, minimizing delays and administrative errors. Thank you for reviewing the top 20 court clerk interview questions and answers. These responses are designed to help you prepare confidently and professionally. Master these key topics to demonstrate your knowledge, accuracy, and understanding of court operations, essential qualities for success in a court clerk position. Best of luck.